Looking at all these Walmart oils, none of these will work with a flat tappet cams. Not really that good. Too thin. And this type right here, edge, but you want it in 550 with titanium, that'll work. That'll work. And also Valvoline racing oil, which they don't have here. Any of these oils that have a lot of cleaners in them, you don't want those on flat tappet cams either. Forget about this freaking Super Tech. Last time I put oil in that car was Edge 550 with titanium. That'll work with a flat tappet, but it's got to be Valvoline Racing or Edge or Joe Gibbs or classic car oil. Or maybe a straight 30 weight. But these guys, man, I'm gonna have to change a cam in that El Camino. That's what I'm thinking. I was seeing if they had any oils up here that fit that would work, but none of them work. They're all screwed up. It's all this modern junk. Well, it's okay. I'll just order it online. If you're cheap like me, actually Walmart does have some oils that are compatible with flat tappet cams, and I've always had that lifter tick since I got this car 27 years ago. I don't know if I'm going to change the cam or not, but maybe. Last time I changed it with that stuff, this stuff actually is fine for flat tappet cams. If you want it's Castrol Edge Syntec with titanium. I don't like using those 020 though, 040 or 520, 550 is preferable. But you know, I don't want no 020 in this older engine, that's for sure. That's all they had in the store at that time. Now, something you can get that's cheap, that works pretty well. Now, I heard Shell Rotella has still got about 1,000 parts per million zinc. But they lowered it a little bit. The diesel oil, the 1540. This stuff I think is around 1,200. I'm pretty sure of it. Mobile. And would you believe, Walmart brand Super Tech, cheapest oil you can get, Universal heavy duty motor oil, 1540. It's got a little over 1,200 zinc and 1,000 phosphorus. That's the stuff you want. That ZDDP. For the flat tappet cam. So if you're a cheapskate, you can just put that junk in here and change the oil every once in a while. Actually, I got 10 or 12 extra large oil filters coming for this thing. You know, I ordered them bulk from Rock Auto. I don't know if I'm going to bother changing the cam because you know, as long as the engine responds good and it's got good power, I don't really give a crap. You know, it's got a tick in it. The reason I'm not thinking about changing it because, you know, once we're going to know everything, you know, one of these days, right? It's more work to change the cam versus just the timing gear set, which I got laying over there. And, but the other side of it is you might want to do a retrofit a roller cam. But instead of paying like, you're going to pay at least $500 more for retrofitting a roller cam. Easy. So, you know, I don't know what the hell I want to do with this. Probably just not do the damn thing, but we'll see how it runs. But I just want to put this out here for some people who got the flat tappet cams. Now, I didn't know about this, and I probably used some other oil that hurt this cam maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure what the hell I used. Because I usually use good oil, but I usually don't use this stuff. You know, this was, I think that was for like the lawnmower, you know, that's all I used it for. And, you know, I used this. I've been adding, if I ever need oil in this, I put some of this in there now. But I guess you could get away cheap because I know you can get VR1 Valvoline racing oil, and that stuff is, you know, that'll work. There's no problem there. That's going to work. Actually, Castrol GTX, just regular Castrol GTX conventional oil, without even getting the Castrol edge. Just GTX, and especially GTX diesel. GTX diesel's got a lot of more shear strength or something on it. It'll pass that wear test a lot stronger. And the problem is you probably won't pick it up in a retail store. You know, I'm cheap. I like going to a retail store and getting stuff dirt cheap, you know. But, you know, if you don't use this type of, most oils out there, if you put them in a flat tappet cam, you're going to wipe it out inside of like 2,000 or 3,000 miles. You know, if you use most of the oils that are out there today, because they're designed for the modern engines. So, you know, if you're a cheapskate and you just got an old car and you want to really, you know, I used this stuff last time. That stuff's expensive oil, and I forgot what I used last time before that. Probably Castrol GTX synthetic, which is good. I think I use good oil in this thing every time, 2050 or something like that. But you know, if you just got an old car that you're just using that's got a flat tappet cam, it's not like a show car or collector car, you can just get some Rotella. I heard it's not too bad. It's not that bad. They lowered the zinc content a little bit. It's still got a lot. But this damn Walmart oil is not bad. But preferably, I would go with the Castrol GTX diesel oil. You know, and or something like that. Now, even you got, you know, Joe Gibbs oil. You know, that stuff's not cheap. And even Valvoline VR1, that stuff's not cheap either. I ain't paying $7 a quart. You know, I just go out there and I can get a big thing of this for like practically nothing, man. That 2 gallon, I forgot what that costs, but I mean it's probably like $3 a quart, and it's gonna work. This garbage, this cheapo stuff, and you know, Walmart don't make anything itself. It's just this retailer. Some of the Walmart oil isn't bad, man. Just don't put no Supertech synthetic in there in a flat cap can. Walmart oil actually isn't that bad. Walmart batteries aren't that bad. Walmart in general is pretty bad, but you know, whatever. So just word to the wise, you can get by cheap with the oil, and I don't know. I didn't put the timing chain in there yet because I'm debating if I want to do the cam, and I'm debating, do I want to do a roller cam and eliminate all problems? And then I'm thinking, you know, how about the rest of the engine, you know? Maybe it just needs a whole nother, I don't want to go put it on, you know what I mean? It becomes an endless cycle. You know what I'm saying? But say even I got another engine and it's got a flat tappet cam in it, and I got a whole one from GM Mr. Goodwrench or some garbage, I'm going to have to watch what oil I put in it, or else that cam's going bye-bye, you know? And I might put a cam in there, I don't know. I might just put a flat tappet and replace it. Because the rollers were too aggressive, all the ones I saw retrofitted, and I don't really I use this more for towing stuff or pulling loads than getting up there in the high RPMs. I want some power down right off of idle, you know. But you know, this stuff is good though. That stuff's good too. That's good. And if Walmart ever has it, Castrol diesel oil, I'll get that. Even Castrol 2050 conventional is pretty damn good. Most of the Castrol GTX line is good. But most of the oils out there don't want to use in these old engines. Don't want you. You know, if you're in doubt, just get Universal 1540 diesel oil. The reason they lowered the zinc is because it clogs up your catalytic converter after a while. But this has got an aftermarket converter on it. It ain't going to clog up that easy, you know. And if it does clog up, there's always a pipe I can push a hole through it, you know. Anyway, over now. Yeah, I just picked up another hot tip on how to really tell what's in the oil too. Look for, you know, it's got the SL rating. I remember back when I was doing it, I think we had an SD rating way back when. And an SL can have over 1,000 parts per million zinc and phosphorus, I think. It can have a much higher level. SM allows less, and SN allows less yet. So like the Rotella oil, I think it's Shell Rotella, is, it's still adequate for the flat tappet cams, but probably the best one that's a conventional oil is Castrol GTX diesel. One of the reps on there said it had like much higher shear and wear capabilities to it than a regular Castrol GTX, and it has an SL designation, and it's over it's just as good as the muscle car stuff back, the muscle car oil way back when. So I'm going to be looking at probably getting some of that Castrol GT. I always liked Castrol GTX and Valvoline Racing. I used to use that all the time in the muscle cars that I had. Just not the muscle cars, the 305. But hey, that's the ticket, because I don't want to blow a lot of money on getting classic car motor oil, or freaking $7 to $10 a quart. For crying out loud, you'd be better off freaking putting a freaking roller cam in it and saying the hell with it, because it's going to be that damn sensitive. So going cheap with the cam and going cheap with the oil, not cheap, but it's probably the better way to do it. So the SL designation, they can allow a lot more zinc and phosphorus. The Valvoline diesel is good too. It's 15 to 1540. Most of the diesels, oils that are conventional, should be okay. That Walmart Super Tech, that junk, the Universal Oil 15W40, that stuff is actually very good. Doesn't look like it would be, according to the marketing on the outside of the package and stuff, but that would work very well if you're really cheap. But I'm going to look for some Castrol diesel GTX 1540, and that's adequate, because 15, I'll take it down to like 10 degrees Fahrenheit for starting up, and 40, it'll take you into hot weather, no problem, So that's cheap. It's cheap.